Hey!
Hello.
Oh my gosh!
We're back.
Hey guys, it's the show. I forgot how we do this.
So today we're seeing the Lego Batman movie, and we have some special guests with us.
Oh man, it's the same team that brought you the Nerdland
Yeah.
review. Oh man, so Alek and Ruolin are here. Yeah, get crowd into the microphone.
Okay, now
We need to
now
be
we're
louder
cozy.
than the buses.
Okay.
But yeah, no, we're here. We're live from the theater.
Yeah.
In North Hollywood.
Right.
Telling you about Lego Batman.
I feel like we look like we're just all smoking weed.
Yeah, I mean, that's happened before. That people have been like, "Excuse me, you can't vape in here." Oh, you're yelling at your
We
phone.
did
I'm
get
sorry.
that. We got that live, right?
That was the sausage party.
Yes, it
review.
was, I remember.
I think we left that in the edit.
Great. Good comment.
Real life. Okay,
So,
yeah, no.
Do we want to talk about expectations?
I think
or-
yeah, we're here to see Lego Batman. So yeah, let's just go over our expectations quick and then find seats.
Great.
I'm hoping that it's kind of like a throwback to old Adam West, kind of campy Batmans. We've had so many serious Batmans lately. Like, I'm excited for a campy Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just hope it's anything like the old Lego movie that we saw 2 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be like the Lego movie. I think it's just gonna be jokes before story, and I think that's gonna be fine with me because that's what I'm expecting. That's what I want to see. It's gonna make me laugh, and I'm gonna have fun laughing the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it's going to have the same magic that the Lego movie had, but I think it's going to be a lot of like Batman jokes, and I'm totally down with that.
Yeah, I think it's going to be special because it's Batman, and this is probably the only Batman movie that's supposed to be a comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In
so
like 20 years.
in a long time.
Right. So yeah, 90 minutes of Batman jokes.
Yeah. Not it's no Casablanca, but it'll be good times.
Yeah, we'll have fun. Okay,
Great.
well,
That was an easy one.
Yeah, that was. Okay, let's get in there. Find our seats.
Fuck yeah.
And we're back.
Hey, everybody.
Yeah. Oh man. So yeah, I guess try to do spoiler free first. I feel like a lot of what I would have to say would be spoilery, but
It's really great.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Yeah, it was awesome. I liked it a lot.
It was even more campy than I hoped for. I thought it was great.
But they leaned into it so hard.
oh
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, they just embraced it and made it kind of like Adam West did too. I think they just embraced how stupid they were supposed to be and just like made fun of it.
And I mean, even directly pointed to previous Batman and
Yes.
said, like, look at how stupid this is.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We're not afraid of that fourth wall or jumping into different continuities or anything.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah,
No
no,
problem.
I had an amazing. I think I liked it better than the first Lego movie.
I was thinking that I need to rewatch it, but they were both super creative and I great characters. They were all super funny, well acted. It captured the spirit of the original movie, but also it was Batman themed, so
Yeah,
double the fun.
Honestly, like as much as I love the original Lego movie, I feel like they just lost me just a little bit at the end when they sort of broke the reality a little bit in,
Oh, I
in
like
the
that.
original Lego movie. I just the ending. To me, the ending of the original Lego movie wasn't perfect. It felt a little too easy.
I
know.
disagree.
Well,
Because it's the story about creativity and being yourself, and to frame it as a father-son relationship,
yeah.
really bold
And
and,
I mean,
unexpected.
This
And
is
contextualizes the
gonna
whole story.
this is gonna turn into a review of the Lego movie in our spoiler-free part of the Lego Batman movie.
Well, what do you guys think? What do you think of the end of the,
Okay.
the original Lego movie?
So
I liked it. Yeah.
I'm not
Great.
saying I didn't like it. I just felt like it was a little. It didn't 100% jive for me personally.
Well, you said easy, but I think an easier decision would be not to have that. Just take that out, and then it's an easier decision to make. The fact that they had said, like, no, we're going to go live action, we're going to have Will Ferrell, and it's going to, like, totally change the entire story, I think it's really cool.
I haven't seen the original Lego. I went into this.
Spoiler, sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. I went into this as it's more as a Batman movie for me than a Lego movie. So
Alright.
and as that, I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Okay.
Great.
So you could compare this to the original Lego movie.
I know the original Lego. I saw some clips of it. I know they have Batman in that one too. So now I need to go back
Yeah.
and watch that.
Well, how about
Alright.
this? How does this stack up against Christopher Nolan's trilogy? Just kidding. Just kidding.
Better than the third one.
Okay, sure.
I liked this Bane better.
You can understand
Oh
him.
man.
Yes.
Which I appreciated.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. I
Oh,
thought Zach
man.
Galifianakis was a good Joker.
I didn't
Yeah.
recognize him.
I didn't know it was him.
Yeah, for a while I was like, is that Patton Oswalt. Like,
Oh yeah, he does have that too.
yeah.
I just had no clue while I was listening to him. I was like, it's not Mark Hamill, but you know what? Anytime a Joker isn't Mark Hamill and I accept that actor as the Joker, that person is doing a spectacular job.
Yeah.
I think their Harley Quinn could have been a little more Harley Quinnish.
Yeah.
That was my only.
I don't know. Well, no, the original actress kind of retired after the first Arkham Asylum game, I think.
Okay. I believe she was played by Jenny Slate. No, we got a plane.
She was played by Jenny Slate. We are near an airport here.
right,
She was
whatever.
played by Jenny Slate.
And I do like her. We saw her.
Yeah,
for
I
Christmas
do. I do like her. I almost feel like Jenny Slate could have just leaned into
because
that.
she is such a character.
Yeah,
I mean, Harley
yeah.
Quinn, you can't overact for her.
Yeah,
That's the whole point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing is like Harley Quinn sometimes has a squeaky voice and Jenny Slate sometimes has a squeaky voice,
Yeah.
and she could have been more squeaky, but she didn't.
More
Yeah.
squeaky, more puddins.
Yeah.
More, all that stuff.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
the most nitpicky review
It's
of a movie
very
we've ever
nitpicky.
done, though.
I really
Because I
like.
don't have
I
anything
really-
else to critique.
Yeah,
though. It was so good.
I know, right? Should we?
Oh, so you're going to talk about spoilers?
Should we? Give whatever else we want to say and then dive into spoilers.
Yes.
Okay.
It was great, and that's all I have to say.
I'm
about it.
sitting here and I'm like teetering between like a 9 out of 10 and a 10 out of 10.
Oh, come on.
Man.
What would you give the Lego movie? If this is a 10 out of 10, what's the Lego movie?
The Lego movie, I'm teetering between an 8 and a 9.
Jeez.
Yeah. Like I said, like I get the ending of the Lego movie. It's just that in the Lego movie, there's kind of a two worlds thing. And to me, the connection in that reflection wasn't strong enough to justify what happened for me.
All right.
Like that's what I mean when I say the ending doesn't 100% satisfy me
Okay.
for the Lego
Yeah,
movie.
that's fair.
All right.
Fair
Thank
critique.
you.
Okay.
For people who've seen the movie know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Vague enough for people who haven't.
Okay. We can finally move on.
Okay, yeah. So 8.5 for the Lego movie, 9.5 for Lego Batman movie.
Okay.
Anybody?
Let's snap into some spoilers, huh?
Okay, everybody. Does everybody agrees with 9.5?
9 out of 10. It exceeded my expectations.
Okay,
But
9.
8.5.
9 out of 10 for
8.5.
me
9.
as well,
Okay.
yeah.
9. Average of 9.
Again,
Thoroughly enjoyed it.
I really have to. I say this every time you guys give 10 out of 10s and 9 out of 10s. Like, compared to all movies ever made, it's not a 9 out of 10.
I had such a good time.
All right.
I had a great time the whole time. You know what else do I want from
Compared
a
to
movie?
my expectations going into what I actually saw, though, it was definitely a 9 out of 10.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough.
I am sliding back toward my. Is there anything I would really change about this movie?
I got some stuff.
Okay. All right. Well, so you guys. Oh my gosh, see this movie! Holy crap!
Oh, definitely.
I think we all
Definitely see it
recommend
before we spoil everything.
Yeah,
I think it's worth it.
I'm trying to think. Like, if I saw one movie this year, would I want it to be this one?
Well,
So
it's
far?
still pretty early on.
What else? What else did we see this year?
This year,
Yeah.
haven't really been any other movie that's super.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of setting the bar low, given
Yeah.
that it's mid-February.
Yeah.
But damn it, I'm standing by it then.
All right.
All right, spoiler time.
Great. Here we go.
Okay, Batman. He's always been this sort of dark, brooding character who kind of works alone. He kind of does his own thing. He kind of doesn't. Not trusting anybody is a big part of Batman in most of his incarnations, and they turned that into like his defining character trait in this movie. That like sort of PTSD of losing his parents
Right.
has turned him into this character who is terrified of getting close to anyone or caring about anyone because he is afraid that then he could lose them and that would hurt.
Yes.
And God,
And not only that, but he can never ever admit it to anyone or himself.
Yeah. So he pretends that he doesn't even have any feelings. He's a crime-fighting robot, you know.
Yeah.
And the movie is about him, like, meeting Robin and Batgirl and Alfred and just getting, like, pushed into a corner where he sort of has to admit that he cares about them and he has to be brave enough to let himself care about them. And in the middle of all the laughs, and I was laughing for this
Yeah.
entire movie, I was laughing.
Pretty much from the,
Yeah,
even
oh
before
my
like
gosh.
the black screen.
They're putting
Yeah.
the black screen before the title cards has like hilarious voiceover
That was
happening.
genius.
Just beginning
Just riffing
to
on the
end.
logos.
Oh my gosh, the whole movie feels just like yes, so
And-
good.
There was never, and this is true of like most movies I see, there's always like a character I'm like, oh, this guy, I don't like this guy. Every character in this movie was so fun and great.
Yeah.
I would just want to watch them in a room just talking to each other.
Yeah.
It's so much fun.
Yeah.
And
Especially Robin, of course. He steals the whole movie.
Great. Oh, I've never seen Michael Cera so energetic. You
Yes.
don't think Michael Cera is
I was
energetic.
really surprised that was him.
Right?
Yeah.
It was like, he can have that level of energy? I didn't know.
Yeah.
They freaking doping him with meth or something. I don't know.
Seriously.
But also brings such earnestness to the character.
Yes, and that's the thing, is that as hilarious as this movie was, I bought all the emotions.
totally.
I was like so drawn in. I was like, my heart.
Yeah, except for maybe the Joker at the end. All of the character motivations made perfect sense throughout. But I'll get into that in a bit.
Yeah. So there you go. There's your summary.
Yeah,
Right? Good
yeah.
enough. Good enough. See the movie, people.
Yeah.
You've already seen it at this point, if you're listening.
Could I give a critique?
Give some critiques. Get into it.
One thing that kind of bothered me is that Barbara Gordon, right? Is that her name?
Barbara
She
Gordon.
was introduced as, like, maybe we don't necessarily need to be fighting crime with punches and bullets and everything. Maybe we could use statistics and compassion. And that was like the whole platform that she went on. And she has this whole confrontation about Batman about it. And she needs to follow the laws. And then for the rest of the movie, she is with Batman punching people and doing judo flips. And she knows martial arts, I guess. It's never
she went
explained.
to
It
the
doesn't-
Harvard of police school.
Harvard for police.
which is a fantastic joke, but her character doesn't really make any sense. They probably shouldn't have introduced her like that if she's just going to be another Batman.
Well, I loved that she said that she wanted to fight crime with statistics and compassion, because that's how you reduce crime rates in the real world, is
Right.
like, the greatest predictor of crime is poverty.
Yeah. Once you're fighting crime, you've already lost.
Yeah, these were like legitimate criticisms of Batman as a character and
Yes.
as a franchise.
Yeah, but then all she does is fight crimes.
Right. Yeah, they didn't exactly bring it back.
No.
I think what Batman has always been doing all his life is not really fighting crime. It's more like playing a game that he is the main characters of. Because like in the movie, they really did touch on the theme of if Batman has taken care of all the criminals in the city, and then if Gotham City is all like peaceful, then he has no job to do and no one else cares about him anymore. And then people will be like, oh, now
That
you
was
can.
hilarious.
That was
Yeah,
great.
and then you can go home and take a vacation with your family, and then suddenly he comes to a realization that he doesn't have any family and he doesn't want to take any vacations because those are boring, and the only thing that keep him alive and be himself is the so-called quote-unquote crime fighting. But then for
And
him,
specifically
it's just
the
like a
Joker.
never-ending game for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
And I agree. I agree with all of that, and I
Yeah.
think this movie kind of like highlights those criticisms of the Batman universe while celebrating them.
Yeah.
And it does an amazing job of walking that line.
But that's really like from the first Christopher Nolan, or second one with Heath Ledger. I mean, that's really like Heath Ledger basically says that, like, you need me, like you're
Yeah.
just a freak like
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Like he
Yeah.
says that to him, and it's like really is that there's that duality of like you can't kill. He doesn't want you can't kill me.
Yeah.
You need me.
Yeah.
Which is why it's such a great joke that he can't let people into his life that he loves, and he can't let people into his life that he hates. He won't even hate the Joker.
Yeah.
Hate
Yeah.
and love are just the flip side. It was
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
it's a pretty deep movie in some
Yeah,
weird ways.
it was.
Yeah.
Philosophically, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
and the thing is like this in the most cartoonish way is kind of making the same points as Christopher Nolan's movie made
Yeah.
there in like the most serious way.
Totally.
Yeah.
Another criticism, not as bad as this, where her character doesn't make any sense, but they did like I guess a Suicide Squad kind of joke where in the second act where they're going through and like, maybe we can let the criminals out and they'll help us. He's like, what? That's stupid. And I was like,
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then later they let all the criminals out. Anyway, it's already established that there's a Justice League. What were they doing?
I thought he was going to.
Why didn't they go to the Justice League?
Yeah.
Why did they let all the criminals out?
Yeah.
Well, Justice League didn't want to hang out with him.
Yeah, they still fight crime. They're superheroes.
The problem with DC superheroes is they're overpowered. So if you really did bring in the Justice League, that ending would be less exciting.
Right, and it's supposed to be about the moment between him and the Joker,
Yeah, like
Well, at least
Superman
have, like,
could just shove Gotham back together.
have
you
a
know?
line about it, like have a throwaway line, like I don't know, they're busy doing something else, or
Okay.
or they get banished to the Phantom Zone or something.
I'll accept a throwaway line to explain not calling the Justice League as a missed opportunity.
Yeah.
I think that's a legitimate note.
Okay, thanks.
Because he made 2 Suicide Squad jokes back to back.
That's
right?
another legitimate joke. They made a joke about where they mentioned the Suicide Squad by name, and
Yeah.
then like 2 minutes later made fun of the concept. And I
Right.
feel
And
like
then they did it.
Yeah, and then they did it. And I mean, I don't mind that they did it, but I didn't like that those 2 references to Suicide Squad came so close together.
Okay.
I guess the second one, even though at the time I thought they were referencing Suicide Squad, was actually a joke foreshadowing that was actually what was going to happen.
Right.
Or I'm sure that's what they thought when they were
Whereas
writing
the first
it.
one broke the 4th wall. Which
Yeah.
is kind of weird. Break the 4th wall, and then in reality...
break
yeah.
the 4th wall and then foreshadow something that's going to happen in the movie, but the audience is mistaking as a reference to the 4th wall you
Yeah.
just broke.
Yeah.
But
So yeah, that's a little choppy there.
but then on the other hand,
Minor.
they did the 4th wall. They're like, man, I love that guy. I hope nothing bad happens to him. Doop doop doop. Nothing bad ever happens
Oh,
to
yeah.
me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I like that they just went for it.
Yeah.
Now, the most nitpicky note that I have
Okay.
is in the original Lego movie, the effects like water and smoke were all Lego pieces, and now it's just CGI smoke and just like
Yeah.
rendered water for some reason.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
doesn't.
I think they kind of wanted to mix in with the live action movie footage that they used, and
Well, that
the
was
pictures
funny.
that they actually used. So maybe they just wanted to go with this like kind of cheap CG visual consistently. So then when you see the live action video footages, it won't be too jarring.
Well, I think the joke is that the live action footage is jarring, and when everything else is Lego.
yeah,
I,
but then
it would be
mix
even
them
a funnier joke if everything was Lego. That's my. I
Yeah.
don't know. I see what you're saying though.
Yeah.
If I had to guess, my money is that it was just easier and cheaper
Oh, yeah.
in 2017 to just run a CG render of water and smoke
Absolutely.
rather than doing it Lego style like they did in the first one.
I agree.
So yeah,
But they,
corner cut.
But it's true, yeah, they did have the clouds were made of Legos
Yeah.
and the fire was made of Legos.
But then there
and
are
the-
also other times
Yeah.
the destruction,
I noticed
the
that.
smoke comes from the destructions are actually built with Lego. There was this one time I think some big explosion, and then there is the
Oh yeah, the mushroom cloud was
like
Lego.
the mushroom
Right.
cloud. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was Lego.
And
that
those-
wasn't CG.
right. So then
They
it should
weren't
be consistent.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like whatever. There's a scene in the Minions where they just splice in live action backgrounds for
Oh, yeah.
and then just kind of blur it and expect it to get away with it. And I wish that it would be consistent throughout. I know that it costs more money, but
Yeah.
it's a movie.
Yeah.
I didn't notice it, but that's actually
Not a really big critique. It's
Okay.
fine. And that's all I got. I mean,
that all you got?
everything else about this movie was fantastic. I
Okay,
loved it.
so like yeah, I noticed a lot of that stuff. It didn't bother me that much. The thing that bothered me, and this really has less to do with the movie and more just my personal relationship with the franchise, is that to me, Batgirl has as Barbara Gordon has always been like 15 to 30 years younger than Batman.
Right.
And that relationship was introduced to me as more of a paternal, like father-daughter
Totally.
type of dynamic.
Right.
And it's come up in like recent stuff. Like they made that Killing Joke movie and they added this whole
Ew.
thing, and like as everybody says, that made that movie adaptation so much worse.
Yep.
You know, it just worsened it on
Actually, I haven't
every
watched
level.
that yet. I've been meaning to.
It's so
love the comic.
The comic book is great, and like the movie adds like half an hour before the events of the comic and makes a romance thing between Batman and Batgirl, and just kind of undermines the remainder of the comic.
Yeah. But that was weird. I didn't remember noticing in the movie because, like, at one point she says, "When I was growing up, I used to always look to Batman as like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah."
You know,
so, yeah, that was kind of a weird thing.
So yeah, whenever they played it up as like Batman being attracted to Barbara Gordon, I was just like, don't do that though.
That's a little
Yeah.
creepy.
Well,
Yeah.
I was about to bring that up. They introduce her where like it's all colorful behind him, and
Uh-huh.
he sees her, and it's like clearly he's in love with her. And then there wasn't really a moment where he falls out of love with her or just thinks that she's a platonic friend until the end where he just kind of says it.
Yeah.
There wasn't that moment.
Right.
Which
Well,
I
and
wish there
then
was.
and then after he says that they are just friends, he's like my coworker, platonic coworker that is just a friend, and that's fine. Like, then later on she catches him and he's like, ooh, somebody cut the tension here. So like, I don't know, I feel like he's kind of not being completely sincere when he says we're totally platonic. But at the same time, I was relieved when he said they were totally platonic, because I was like, okay, if you have some attraction but on the surface you can put a lid on that, good enough.
Because when she said that thing when I was growing up, and he could have gone, wait, how old are you? Or something like that.
Right.
And then like, and then like every time he's attracted, he realizes
That's a funny idea, but like a little weird for kids.
Well, and what it is kind of funny, because this Batman is every Batman,
right? Yeah.
You know, as Joker goes, like, we've been at this for 78 years. You know, it's just kind of like, okay, brilliant commentary on the franchise just throughout in this movie. Yeah. All the flashbacks to different versions of the costume.
Right.
Yeah.
I really didn't feel. I mean, it doesn't feel like a kids movie, but maybe it's just like that's how movies are now. It's like there's so many layers to it. Like an adult can really enjoy it.
It didn't pander, or it didn't like talk down to kids at all.
No.
And there were plenty of jokes that maybe they wouldn't get, but they will in the future.
Yeah, totally.
And I really love that about these kind of movies.
Yeah.
Where it's not holding your hand throughout the whole thing.
Yeah, that's true.
You know who says that about kids movies is Pixar. That's one of their philosophies. There might be it might have been a TED Talk, it might have been something similar to that, but it was one of the Pixar higher ups, maybe their chief officer of operations, I don't know, but some Pixar guy was talking about, like, don't write the movie for kids. Write something you want to see as a movie.
Absolutely.
and the kids will like it, and even if they don't get all of it, he says, you gotta understand, that's okay. Kids live in the adult world every day, and shit is going on that they don't understand all the time, and they're used to that. But if you make the emotions real, they can follow along.
Sure.
And it's fine.
And tell a simple story. Don't make it overcomplicated, and then kids will
just
follow it and like it.
All you got to do is make a great movie and just not hit any of those R-rated buttons where they're all swearing and sexing and cutting each other's heads off, and you're fine.
Which wouldn't work for this kind of movie anyway.
Don't do that.
The perfect format for a movie.
I'm not asking them to do that in the Lego Batman.
But movies can be perfect as kids' movies,
absolutely,
and made worse by the introduction of sex and drug use. Or whatever.
Agreed. And this movie was fantastic, and I think it's for that reason. It was. I had so much fun.
I'm going through my head trying to just say, like, oh, this was a funny scene, that was a funny scene, but every moment was so funny. It's like it would be disingenuous to try to pick one. It was just great throughout.
Even the shark repellent throwback was just amazing.
Yeah.
Having watched the Adam West episode where he has the shark repellent, it's just amazing to see that. There's like, it's cool.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Really cool.
They're setting up jokes for later, but the setup is funny too.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Rolene, you got any thoughts on the thing? I know you've had mixed feelings about Batman.
Oh, well, my mixed feelings about Batman is mainly because of his philosophy, but now that I'm really glad that the creators has addressed that whole thing about him being a crime fighter, but he actually doesn't kill anybody. He's just like let this cat and mouse like game continue, and that was my main gripe about Batman as a character. That's why I don't care about him like in any other medium, is because if I wanted to see a good crime fighting scene, I want to see good satisfactory result for that, but then if there is no result, then I just wasted my time watching someone just playing a cruel game. But in this case they did address that, and then they actually riffed on that whole concept, so I'm glad that we're on the same page. And then my favorite moment of the movie is definitely him and the Joker's relationship, of that they hate each other, but they don't want to admit it, and then like for him it's that strongest emotion that he can experience with someone special,
right? And
then having an actual connection with it, and then he want to deny Joker that, and eventually they worked it out, so it was really funny.
So there you go. Even if you, I think there's a lot to be said for the utilitarian argument that Batman should just kill the Joker and save countless lives. You'll still enjoy this movie. Something the lampshade it, and you'll have a good time.
Yeah.
Alek? Any more thoughts?
I don't think so. Yeah, I just really liked it, and just the Batman fan of me. I'm also a Joker fan, and so
Oh,
it's good.
dude.
Yeah, Joker's. I'm almost more of a Joker fan than I am a Batman fan, and so I thought this really satisfied this because he was a good Joker.
Totally.
He had a motivation, and mainly his motivation was just that he missed he misses Batman and wants Batman to love him or hate love. What's the word for that?
Frenemy?
Frenemy. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like his frenemy. Yeah, and he wanted to be the number one bad guy. Yeah,
He
number
just
one
wanted to
enemy.
feel important in someone's life.
Yeah, exactly. And so, yeah.
You know, I think it's in The Dark Knight Returns. There's a monologue told in captions over the panels after Joker poisons an entire Boy Scout troop or something, and all their bodies are lying in the street. Or in the captions, he says, "I don't care who I kill." He says, you could stack my victims' bodies from here to the moon, and I wouldn't give a damn. It wouldn't matter to me at all. I don't keep count. But Batman, you do. And I love you for it. The Joker is definitely such a good character.
Well, they're really they are two. It's
Opposite
really.
side of the coin.
Yeah, and it's
a yin and
society's id and ego, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Batman he's almost crippled by all the rules, because he could just kill the Joker, but no, I don't kill people, that's my thing. And the Joker is completely just does whatever the fuck he wants.
But then at the same time, Batman did not ever consider property damage or all the other things that he
Or
does.
collateral damage.
Collateral
Or
damage,
breaking people's limbs.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't give a shit about wreaking havoc in the entire city. But then he's number one rule is, I can't kill anyone. But but then he is self-conflicting in that way. He brings misery to everybody's life.
Sure.
And then he wouldn't want to stop it. So.
This was definitely one of my favorite Batman movies.
Yeah.
Outside of
I mean, I agree. Yeah.
I think definitely better than some of the later '90s ones. And
Oh,
Well,
God,
that's a
yeah.
low bar.
Yeah, Batman Forever, Batman and Robin.
I thoroughly enjoyed this more than Batman vs Superman too. I'd have to say.
Yeah.
That's a bad movie.
And
Yeah,
they
it was.
goofed on that in this one too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, who's your greatest villain? He's like, Superman. So good. I gotta say, every incarnation, most incarnations of the Joker make me laugh, which is weird because he's killing people, and I'm just haha, good one. Yeah. I don't know. I sometimes when I'm watching Batman stuff, I imagine what if I was one of those people tied up, one of Joker's hostages, and he's saying all of his bullshit. Could I keep the yucks in? Or would I laugh? And how would he react to that? It's sorry, Joker, I thought that was funny. That's something I've often thought of.
Yeah.
How did the Joker know that Batman was going to send him to the Phantom Zone when he was in the jail cell?
Because he knows Batman too well.
He said, I'm in your head, Batman.
Well, no, when
I
they
know
set
everything."
they set Batman up by having Harley Quinn drive that milk truck thing. And remember, Batman was looking through the binoculars at Arkham Asylum, and then Harley Quinn pulls that truck in from it, and the truck said Phantom's
Own.
Yeah.
I missed the part where it was her, or I forgot or something.
I
Yeah,
definitely didn't realize that was her.
When they broke into the mayor's thing before he surrendered, he goes, "Okay, go Harley," and she runs and does a costume change into that psychiatrist-looking person, and then she pulls the van in front and goes,
Okay.
"Phantom's Own," and he goes, "Phantom Zone, Phantom Zone."
I saw that. I didn't know it was Harley Quinn driving it.
Yeah.
Now it makes perfect sense. I love it.
I didn't realize that it was her doing it either. I just figured that Joker, as he said in Arkham Asylum, he's I know everything about you,
Right.
Batman.
So he just
I'm
knew.
in your head. And then at the same time, no, you're not. See, I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah.
So to me, that
you
was
aren't so different.
to me that explanation was enough.
Yeah.
But
it
that's
was
cool.
Harley Quinn.
You picked up on that. I didn't notice that.
Great.
There we go.
Although
Cool.
that Harley going into that costume, I think that's her original identity before
Yes,
she was
yes,
Harley Quinn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before the Joker turns her.
Cool. I like how, this is just a general note, that they don't really bother with costume changes. They just rip off whatever costume they have, and they have the other costume underneath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also liked Robin's origin of being Reggae Man.
Yeah.
I thought that was hilarious.
And then he takes the pants off.
Yeah.
Let's lampshade the fact that costume just does not have enough pants.
I was waiting for the part where they're like, oh, at least put on some shorts or something. But no, he never did.
Just runs around in a thong the entire time. That's why he has the R.
Okay.
And then they just riff on so many
So
things.
colorful.
Yeah. You want to be Robin? Like that, what did you say? Like that really weak
Midwestern, like, frail bird.
which I've never thought about before, like why he's called Robin.
It's goofy.
It's really a stupid bird to be named after.
It's not even bat related. It's just another
not at
flying
all.
creature.
Yeah, it's just there's so many other options. It could be eagle or
Nightwing.
hawk. Yeah, Nightwing. Yeah, or Bat Boy. Or sure, why not?
All right, well, I'm done.
Yeah, I'm done. You guys, I had such a good time. I laughed the whole time. I felt feelings when I was supposed to.
Definitely go see that movie.
Good job, movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was like one trailer, right?
There were a few. I wasn't totally paying attention. I should have been, but then I didn't.
Well, the only thing that matters is Ninjago, which
looks
looks pretty decent.
Yeah.
It's just more Lego movie humor.
Yeah.
I thought Despicable Me 3 looked good too.
Oh, that's right.
yeah.
That's right. And I was impressed with their restraint of minion usage.
Yeah.
There was only minions at the very end. They actually made it a story about Gru, which very impressive to me.
It was funny as I was watching old Office episodes today, and I was like, Steve Carell, I haven't seen him in anything lately. I wonder what he's been up to. And apparently, he's being Gru.
Yeah.
That and he kind of soft retired.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, I think so.
Well, because he's getting up there in years.
Yeah.
Like he was in his 40s before he
During
blew
The
up.
Office and all that.
Yeah,
He's
you
like-
know, so it's like,
But Morgan Freeman's 10,000 years old.
right, right. But, the thing is, like, Morgan Freeman almost started old, like, because that
I
was
think
like,
he did, yeah.
Yeah. So, like, he just gets to keep being old until he kicks it or whatever.
And he has
you
that
know?
voice.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, he's got that voice. And the thing is, like, I think when you're a more serious actor, you have more longevity. Like, because you start playing serious old men.
Yeah.
Whereas if
even
you're
Robin Williams started doing serious movies.
Yeah, exactly.
But Robert De Niro just went the opposite.
That's true.
Like acting all the
Dirty
funny,
grandpa.
goofy ones.
Very good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Despicable Me 3 looks good. And yeah, Ninjago also looks really good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, and then there is that Red Turtle trailer. Pretty much just told everybody the story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you watch the Red Turtle trailer, you'll have seen the movie.
That was such a weird choice. It went through everything that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rolene and I have actually seen the movie.
Oh.
Yeah.
The girl is definitely the red turtle, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the guy's
She-
having sex with the turtle?
Yep.
Yes.
It's a very it's a movie about bestiality,
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I like the style. I like it looks
Yeah.
like Tintin.
It did look like Tintin.
Yeah.
It's-
It's cool. I like it.
Oh
boy.
Somebody else vamp while I'm sneezed. And now it's gone.
I was at the spray zone.
Yeah, everybody was. That was a weird moment where everybody took 2 steps back from me. The circle got bigger all of a sudden. I guess it was false alarm. Red Turtle. It's really cool stylistically. It's a slow meditation of a movie. The animation's very beautiful. The ending is not that interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And because of its kind of like artsy fartsy style, it got a lot of nominations for
Yeah.
Annie's.
Isn't it French? Is it a French movie?
I think it's like a Danish movie, and
Yeah,
then
it's
co-produced
European.
by Studio Ghibli.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. There's basically no dialogue, so that they never had
Yeah.
to translate it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, if you feel like doing that, if you're in the mood for one of those, Red
Yeah.
Turtle's fine. Oh, how about that movie, My Life as a Zucchini?
Oh yeah.
Stop motion animation.
That's cool.
I wanna see that
Orphan.
one.
See, I'm down to see that. That looks like artsy, but like in a way that I can get behind, where there's
Yeah.
like a bunch of characters and like a real
Yeah.
narrative happening.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it and be like, oh, hell yeah. Oh, My Life is a Zucchini. But I've heard good things about it. So
Yeah,
I'd be down
yeah.
to check it out.
Very French.
Yeah, yeah, but not as French as the Red Turtle, which may or may not be French. Maybe it's Danish, but you know what
Talk
I
about
mean.
that kind of indie sensibility.
Yeah, yeah. No, I'm down. I'm down for My Life as a Zucchini.
Oh, and going back a bit, with Lego Movie, The Batman, and Ninjago, I didn't know they were going to make a whole franchise and series of movies out of this.
Yeah,
But I fucking love that.
It seems it's funny because they've done all these Lego versions. There are all these video game Lego movies, and the video game are like written the way these movies are, where they're goofing on the real thing.
That's really
Is there
cool.
going to be a Lego Harry Potter?
I was just thinking that.
I would love to
I
watch
think
that.
there have been Lego Harry Potter video games, and so
Okay.
there's no reason.
Yeah.
Lego Star Wars.
Yeah,
That would be amazing.
Yeah,
That could
why
happen.
not?
Yeah.
I'd be down. Ninjago, I think, is just like a Lego original franchise, and I think it's a TV show. Actually,
It is.
I I didn't think much of the TV show, but as a movie, I think it'll be really pulling all the stops out of the writing.
Oh,
so
yeah, I laughed
down.
at every joke.
Yeah, I'm down for the movie. I probably won't turn around and watch the show, but I'm down for the movie.
Yeah, trailer was hilarious.
Did you ever see Titan Maximum?
I did.
It's about a bunch of teenagers that have to pilot mechs and save the world. But because they're all teenagers, all they do is like fight each other and fuck around. And this kind of seemed like that movie.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of idiots piloting huge robots, which I like.
See, I like that, but as far as idiots piloting like giant robots, you know, I mean, like I love you know, Megas XLR, Jody.
Yeah.
But Titan Maximum never quite landed for me. I don't know. I just wasn't quite laughing. Like I saw a few episodes and the jokes just weren't landing. I don't know.
I think it was perhaps too crude, and maybe a more child-friendly version of that idea could succeed.
I mean, maybe. I mean, the thing is, crude stuff doesn't bother me. I guess I just didn't quite find it funny. I don't know. Maybe.
But I like the premise of that idea, and I think that with the correct writing, it could be very good.
Yes, I'm absolutely down for Ninjago.
Yes.
Just because Titan Maximum wasn't quite my thing.
Okay, great.
And really, it's not the themes of Titan Maximum. It was just the writing.
Yeah,
just the writing.
I agree.
The jokes that
It's
they
just
picked
Robot Chicken stuff.
weren't my kind of jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I like Robot Chicken, but I just wasn't quite there for Titan Maximum.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think that's everything.
Okay. Yeah. What would the next episode be? You think?
I
I haven't really been paying it. My Life as a Zucchini? Okay, yeah, maybe that. I don't know. Something. I have no idea. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know yet.
I'm not on top of what's coming out this year.
No.
Usually I am, but right now I forgot.
It's probably something Pixar happening, right?
They just did Finding Dory, right?
Oh, yeah,
That
they
was a
did.
while
All
ago.
right, so we got a little bit longer.
What's the next Pixar?
Cars 3.
Fuck, no,
Oh,
we're
right.
not doing that one.
Yeah, I still
Sorry,
haven't seen
guys.
Cars 2. I mean, I think it's funny that they're killing all their characters, but... All right.
Okay, we're gonna skip that one.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So yeah, we'll be back with another movie eventually.
Oh, yep, stay tuned.
All right.
All right, goodbye,
All right.
everybody.
Okay, everybody.
Bye.
See Lego Batman. Oh my gosh, it's so much fun.
Forgot my catchphrase. Goodbye.